up to you to decide. As spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have our red Terran player, the only non-Protoss player left in the tournament, representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Nicoract. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Polish Protoss player himself, the blue Protoss, representing Starlight Twinkle. It's the Sparkling Tuna, as he has the most STC wins of the entire year. Not just the year, actually of the history of the Sparkling Tuna Cup. It is Krystianer. Here we go. Again, out of all players, more than Björn, more than Nightmare, more than Nice, Miyamaika, any other, champion that we've had in the Sparkling Tuna Cup, it is Krystianer who's won them all. Well, not won them all, he's won the most. Has claimed the most wins here in our online weekly cup. And will he do it again, or will he be stopped? I want to believe. Again, Nicoract has been on fire as of late. He has been improving a lot as a player. He's been leveling up over the past 6 months. It's been amazing to see the growth of Nicoract. But Nicoract has not been the only one growing. So has Krystianer. That's the reality here. Krystianer has also been improving quite a lot here. And I feel like at this point in current era of StarCraft, Krystianer has solidified himself as a top 4 Protoss in Europe. He is up there at this point. For a while, it was hard to distinguish between Krystianer and Geralt. I would have said that the two of them were quite close and quite neck and neck, but it does feel like Krystianer has kind of exceeded Geralt at least a little bit in the past couple of months, especially when it comes to results in these big online events or even offline events as well, like the House Galactic Battle. But, was that merely just an era here, just a time where Krystianer was peaking, or are we consistent, right? Can we consistently just win week after week and claim more of these wins? We'll keep an eye on him. We shall see. For now, double gas opener. Double gas opener out of Nicoract. Is going to be double gas into the factory. Meanwhile, delayed CC from our Terran player. Across the map, Krystianer going for a gate expand. Gate cyber expand here from Krystianer. Standard opener from our Protoss. And a bit of a more aggressive tech-heavy opener from Nicoract. Ooh, going for a 1-1-1. Okay. You have my attention. Rushing into that starport and building up towards an initial Widow Mine. Okay, it looks like it's going to be a mine drop. I say a mine drop. I think it's going to be a Widow Mine into Marines, into Cyclone, into a Medevac to move out across the map for some early game aggression. So a bit of a kitchen sink drop here from Nicoract. Meanwhile, the Reaper does move out. Poses a threat, but will pivot away. Stu managed to get away from that Adept. Meanwhile, Krystianer trying to delay the CC. Will get a kill on the SCV. SCV does go down. And the Adept, will we get away? Oh, it's going to be close. We do. Do barely shade away. Barely do shade out. Behind this, we spoke about it. We have the initial Widow Mine into the Cyclone. Widow Mine is set up. And can we bait the Adept in? Ooh, just barely nods. Adept bypassing the Widow Mine, going for the SCV, and it looks like we get another delay. Second SCV goes down. A Marine as well. The bunker. CC will complete. CC will finish. Blackwares across the map. Oh, we shut down the Reaper. I believe Nicoract saw the tech. I believe we didn't quite confirm the Twilight Council. We can make an assumption. We're building up towards 2 gateways, 2 gate blink into a third economic opener here out of Krystianer. Meanwhile, here comes that move out. Widow Mine, Cyclone, Medevac, and our Marines. Nicoract moving out across the map. And does Krystianer have enough to defend against this? Do we have enough to hold? No shield battery. No safety shield battery. Relying on 4 stalkers. With good enough control, we should be okay. Here we go. We do get the lock on the first stalker. Stalker goes down. But we do catch the Widow Mine. And without the mine, we have to back off. Nicoract trying to go for another lock on. Barely does not get it. Lock on does not complete, and Nicoract backs off. He did manage to kill 1 stalker, which is not too bad. 1 stalker for 1 mine and 2 Marines. It's okay. Krystianer just establishing his third base, getting into a forge, into a bay, into, I imagine, Colossus production. So Krystianer is just taking up, not being too aggressive whatsoever, just taking a more defensive stance instead. Much more defensive stance here for Krystianer. Drop does hit the natural, catching a probe. Likewise, Raven harassing to the main. Nicoract doing well for himself, maintaining his drops, keeping his army alive, getting another probe, almost two probes. So we got one in the main and one at the natural. We can see Krystianer, he's hunting down the medevac, he's looking for it. Doesn't quite find it. Does miss the medevac. Raven coming back in. Oh my god. Denying mining time. Nicoract building up on two bases, getting into his 3-1-1 setup. Getting into his 3-1-1. Krystianer does find a way into the main. Not bad. Deny the add-on. Gets a Marauder. Takes down all the Marines as well. And nice pickups here from Krystianer. Does blink away. Trading as efficiently as possible. Oh, that was 3 Marines and a Marauder. So nice pickups here from the Protoss. Nicoract rotating around. Again, because it was only 2-gate blink, we can't really threaten the bases here of the Terran, but we can, you know, at least contain. We can contain the Terran player. Maintain a map control. Behind this, getting fully saturated on 3 bases. Colossus production has begun. And now we have our gateway explosion. Now Krystianer can focus on his army. And as we settle into this, a big shout out to STR187 in the chat. Bappy, oh my god, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime. Thank you so much for subscribing. Hope you enjoy the content. Hope you enjoy the casting. Hope you enjoy the StarCraft. Thank you so much. Enjoy your emotes as well as your other benefits. You know, we give replay packs to all of our subscribers. If you want replays from these players, from players like Geralt, Nightmare, Krystianer, even top tier players like Max Pax, Bjorn, Dark, for example, we do give out replay packs from our tournaments, from the events that we do cast, at least from the events that we have permission to share replays of to our subscribers. We do share those replays via Discord. So join our Discord server if you are interested. If you're interested in replays, we got you covered. Otherwise, the army does move out. Tank siege up. Oh. Sorry, quite get their volleys off. But as Nicoract moves out, he's expanding. Taking a third base, getting his third up and running. And Nicoract, he is not committing. Terran player backs off. Oh, we do punish him. Not quite getting the medevac. So close. Medevac escapes with 2 HP. Nicoract setting up a trap. Krystianer doesn't take the bait. Backs off, getting up to 3 Colossus. We have our 3 Colossus, getting a 4th base as well. But remember, with that gateway explosion, Krystianer, he can now be active on the map, warping in with a massive wave of zealots. Prisms on the way for additional zealot production to reinforce. Krystianer, ooh, he won't quite push in. Gets a Widowmine. Gets one, doesn't quite bait out the other. But the tanks are exposed. We kite back. The tanks are going to be going down. We get one, and we get the second as well. Yeah, both tanks fall. The Marauder count is looking quite strong. But the Immortal goes hand. The army gets out of control, and Krystianer takes game number 1. GG. Solid game there from Krystianer to be able to open up economically, to be able to get into the swing of things with his 3-base setup, get into his gateway explosion, and just snowball out of control with those 3 Colossus. Nicoract unfortunately just wasn't able to slow down the army enough, also wasn't able to catch the army out on the map either, and Nicoract just was not quite ready for that move out, and wasn't able to keep up, and with that, Krystianer takes a lead. But I want to believe we can bounce back. I want to believe we can have a back and forth ace match. Let's go. So we're getting into game number 2. Heading into game 2. And we're going to be loading in to Alcyone. Let's go. One of the larger maps in the map pool. If we did want to try to embrace a longer back and forth mid game, this would be the map for it. Would be the map. here we go. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Krystianer, we have our red Terran player representing the Platinum Heroes. Down to this series, looking to bounce back here and now to force the ace match. The pressure is on. It is Nicoract. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Polish Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Starlight Twinkle. One game away from making it to the grand finals, it is Krystianer. We go. So we are going to be settling in. Do have our initial setups, and for the time being, looks like we're not going for any kind of crazy proxies out on the map. The Rax has been thrown down in the main base, and we are going to be calming things down and settling in. Now, last game, if you remember, it was a double gas opener out of Nicoract for a faster 1-1-1, leading into the Mine Cyclone drop. This time, we'll see what we embrace. We'll see if we do something quite similar or we take a different approach. As here we go, it is only a single gas opener. What does this mean? This means a faster expansion. Nicoract going for a Rax into CC on the low ground. Much more economic opener this time out of Nicoract. And it makes sense. Coming into this game, we spoke about how Krystianer, or this map, is much larger, much more macro-oriented, a lot more bases to be taken, and a lot more defendable on 3 and 4 bases. So macro is the name of the game. It's all about that macro map. So we are just setting up for what I would hope would be a bit of a longer back and forth. Behind this, Krystianer getting into his own Gate Cyber Expand. Standard opener here from our Protoss player. Now, last game, as a reminder, just winding it back a little bit, it was a Blink-based opener from Krystianer. It was Blink, 2-gate Blink, into a fast third, into just a very, very greedy start, into a more explosive follow-up. And wouldn't be surprised if Krystianer goes for that again. On a map like this, you know, there's not as much need to throw down extra gateways early on and be hyper-aggressive. Speaking of aggressive, that is a second Rax. Hello. Okay, so Nicoract, he opens up with an economic opener, right? Rax expand, but that is into a second and third Rax. So it's a 3 Rax follow-up. Now, for the time being, Nicoract wouldn't have much map control. He has the Reaper across the map and he's threading the base. True. I think he barely did see the tech. Yes, he did confirm the Twilight Council. But behind this, Nicoract is building up towards a stim timing. With 3 Raxes, we have a lot of Marines on the way, Marauders as well. I say Marauder because Nicoract, he knows it's Blink. He knows that it's going to be a gateway army. And because of that, Marauders is going to be that much more crucial in the Via push. If it was a Stargate opener, then we can just go Mass Marine, right? We don't need Marauders in that case. But against Blink Stalkers, Marauders, they have their place. That's a big delay, actually. Oh, God, this is so annoying. The Adept delays the expansion for so long. Finally, it will finish. Finally, it does complete, but that was a good, 10 extra seconds here without the expansion. Every second does count. Behind this, here we go. Stim is on the way. Building up towards our bio production. There we go. There's the first Marauder already. Again, we're prioritizing Marauders because of the Blink-based opener of our opponent. And we'll see if Krystianer can piece this together. You know, Nicoract knows what Krystianer is doing. Krystianer, less so. Krystianer is in the dark. For now, getting into a second gateway, it's going to be 2-gate Blink for the time being. Ooh, 2-gate Blink into a third. Same build as game 1. Very greedy, very economic. And this means that Krystianer has that much less to defend. We have that many less Stalkers to work with. This is going to be ideal for the Terran player. Okay, Nicoract, he's in the driver's seat. He has potential. Now, Krystianer should still be active with these Stalkers, and he can still slow down the push. He can still, move out across the map and chip away at the Marines. It is still possible. Nicoract already moving out, looking to gain map control, looking to maybe even take control of the Zolnaga. Pulling back for now. Calming down. Stim still on the way. We're still getting there. Making 2 Marauders at a time. And again, this move out is going to hit like a truck from Nicoract. If we had a safety Immortal, then I'd feel a little bit better for Krystianer. But for the time being, we're getting into a Forge, getting to a Bay. It is the same build as game 1. Just really greedy here. Fast third base into fast tech into a delayed army. And here comes the push. It is spotted by the Adept. Krystianer had the Zelnaga. He moves out with his army, and he has to slow this down. He has to force a stim. Or pick up whatever he can. There we go. The first stim is popped. A little bit premature here for Nicoract. Just takes the army all the way back. The overcharge. Yeah, shield battery is not going to finish in time. Nicoract went diving in. So far, nice control out of Krystianer. Does kite well. Does kite well against the army, but we're losing the Robo. The Immortal will not pop out. And the Immortal will not be able to come into play. And we're going straight for the mineral line, straight for the probes. 3, 4 workers going down. And we're still not done. It's a one-way trip. Now we're going to get 8, 9. 9 worker kills. 10, 11. Keep going. 12 probe kills. Very nicely done. Doesn't end the game, but looking at the unit slots type here, looking at the trades, that was 12 probes, 4 stalkers, the Robo. That's what's important. The Robo did go down as well. No Immortals, no Colossus. We have the Bay, but we can't make use of it. We cannot make any Colossus whatsoever, and Nicoract is getting ready for his next wave for the next push. Third CC on location, building up towards a 3-1-1 setup. 2 more Maxes on the way, a 5-1-1 setup even. And again, this was really nice damage out of Nicoract. It was economic damage, and it delays Colossus, which means the timing here for 2 and 3 Colossus is going to be so heavily put back here for Krystianer. I like this. A good response, double Robo. How do we catch up? How do we make up for our lack of Colossus? We make 2 at a time. So double Robo here out of Krystianer. Behind this, getting his store base up and running. Because of his faster Nexus, we can make 3 probes at a time. We can slowly recover and recoup our losses, but it is a long road to travel here for Krystianer. Trading nicely, getting a Marine, I believe. Getting a... There we go. Getting 1 Marine. It is something. First Colossus is on the way. Nicoract now establishing his third base. Krystianer does spot the move out, and as the army moves out, Krystianer goes for the dive, goes into the natural. SCVs are going down. Very nicely done here by Krystianer, and Nicoract does not turn around. Uh-oh. But we do force a recall. There we go. We do recall back home. That's going to be 7 SCV kills. We're back at home. We have the shield battery. We have the overcharge, and the first Colossus is about to pop out. Just in time. We have the force fields. Nicely done. We do buy some time. The Colossus. Oh, we go for the dive. It's going to get targeted. Very nicely done. The killer instinct here by Nicoract. Gets a Colossus, trades against the Stalkers. And we'll even shut down the sentries. Do we have the overcharge? The overcharge barely maintaining the army. Krystianer will hold, but once again, this dive got a lot of damage. And we're going to keep rallying. We need to calm down. we need to calm things down, Pappy. Nicoract, he backs up, pulls away. And once again, we are down to 0 Colossus. And we don't have the economy to even sustain double Robo production. There we go. Finally, second Colossus is on the way. We need more gas. We need more resources. Krystianer still on the back foot. And Nicoract going for another double drop. Now, thankfully, Krystianer did manage to kill some SCVs earlier, and that will just kind of keep Nicoract a little bit tempered, at least. Does slow him down. Fourth base is on the way. Saturating our bases. We're slowly building up that Colossus count, now getting up to 2 Colossus. Ooh, but Nicoract, he's pushing. Yeah, he has eyes on the 4th. He is going for it. The army is spotted. The army is spotted by the Observer. Krystianer does rotate. Oh, no shield battery. Yeah, shield battery's not ready. We have Colossus. We have some force fields. We cannot waste them. Yeah, the army does keep up. Nicoract backs up. Teleron making on the right-hand side, but we are in position. As Nicoract, he's taking a 4th. 4 CC, halfway done. Is confirmed by the Zealots. Nicoract does punish this. I'm loving the retargeting here by Nicoract. Very nicely done. He slows down every single Zealot, shuts them all down. Very nice control from the Terran. And we're caught on the map here. There's no support. Force fields do buy time. Zealots, they coming just barely in time. Oh my god, very clutch move here from Krystianer. Barely saves the Colossus. And Krystianer, he can take the fight. Oh, that was some smooth moves from the Protoss. Once again, pulls away, keeps the Colossus alive. Disruptors have arrived, and Krystianer, he takes the fight. Oh my god! I can't believe that Nicoract, he didn't manage to get a single Colossus, and now Nicoract, he's in trouble. That was a big loss for the Terran. Sometimes one fight is all it takes. Krystianer, he's pushing in. He's going for the kill. He's going for the kill, going for the third. A boy's gonna have to be pulled. Zelta coming to reinforce. We do get a decent EMP, but here comes the Nova. Oh, Nova doesn't quite connect with the second will. Massive connection. GG gets called, and Krystianer, he fights back, and he will take the series at 2-0. GG. Oh my god. Bobby. GG, well played. Very impressive here. Again, I was giving the edge to Nicoract. He was doing well for himself. He was not quite killing Krystianer, but he was killing Colossus. He was denying tech. He was getting economic damage done as well. Was not a bad showing there by Nicoract. But that fight in the center of the map, that went south very quickly for the Terran player. We saw that it looked like we had caught the Colossus, so Nicoract dived in, and then Krystianer, he threw down a wall of shield batteries. He reinforced with Zealous just in time. He barely was able to just play on the edge here, dance on the edge, where the Colossus were getting damaged, but they were also minimizing their own damage as well. We were able to just barely be out of range of the bio. GG, well played. Very slick moves there from Krystianer, and with that, we have our finalists. We have our finalists. GG, well played. Krystianer does advance on to face off against his own countryman, his other half, Krystianer versus Geralt in the grand finals. GG. GG, well played.